Hey, this is Anney.
And Samantha.
And welcome to Stuff One Never Told You, a production of iHeartRadio.
And welcome to another episode of Sex and the City Watch With Us Party. Yeah, we can say it that way. And you know what? We have heard from y'all that there's a little bit of confusion on when we actually do the audience participation, listener participation episode. So we wanted to give you kind of a step-by-step instructions on what it would look like to do this with us. And essentially, all you really need to have is a computer and headphones.
Internet connection.
Oh, and yeah. I guess that too. Internet connection, that is the other part to this. Yeah, so those are the three things. And with that optional, you can bring a drink, an adult beverage, tea, water, whatever you want to have, because it is kind of like us having a happy hour together while we watch Sex and the City. Dum, dum, dum. And BT dubs, no, doesn't matter if you've ever seen any of the episodes, if this is the first time you watched it, or if this is the 100th time that you watched it. Just being a part of it with us is fantastic. Right, Anney?
Yes. Oh, I like to think it's a real joy. Yes. And it will probably take 45 minutes of your time, I would say.
Yes.
And you don't have to prepare anything.
Nope.
It's just a cool hanging out. Cool. Where we watch the show together and we comment. And then we discuss.
Yes. So after you are picked, whomever we pick, we will give you step-by-step instructions on what you will need. You'll get a prep email. We're not going to leave you in the dark in this. Super producer Christina is amazing and also will be there for you as well as we will to assist you in any of these things. But yeah, that's it. Pretty simple in its run. We will have a connection with you where we will do it over a specific website where we will have the control on our side on how it plays and when it plays. And hopefully, it will go smoothly.
I will say, if you have a microphone, that's nice, but it's not necessary.
Right.
Not necessary at all. And yes, we are looking to do this more than once. So if you don't get picked this time, don't worry about it. Just keep trying.
Just keep trying, yes. Because we've got a lot of episodes left.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, we are beginning the newest episode. But before we start, can you do a recap for us?
Oh, yeah. Well, we got introduced to one of the fan favorites, Steve, in the last episode, who becomes a big fixture for Miranda. Specifically, Samantha and I had a lot of deep conversations about modern day myths when it comes to dating. Yeah, and continuing to see kind of the mishaps and discussions around being a single woman dating. Single woman dating, does that make sense? You know, like you kind of trying things out with other people. Also, I learned that the chicken dance apparently is done at weddings. I didn't know that.
That still blows my mind that you didn't know about that.
No.
I don't know. Maybe it's gone now. I think the electric slide has taken over.
Yeah.
And then there's another one, the
Cupid
wobble.
shuffle.
The wobble, too.
The wobble as well.
So I think it's like outdated now. I will say, I think I said this the last time, and y'all can tell me I'm wrong, but the chicken dance is more like white people dancing.
Mm-hmm.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I remember learning it in like elementary school.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
But also we've seen a lot of like back and forth between Carrie and Big.
Yes.
Probably it's a big thing.
Yes, that's a huge thing as well, because he is a big fixture in this show and even the movies. But before we go there, yes, now we need to catch up because we are on episode 9 of season 2. Yes, and this was released August 1st of 1999.
Oh.
It is 24 years old. No, almost 24 years old, I guess. 23 years old. I can't do math.
You're doing
23.
math on Mike.
I can't do it. And the title of this episode is Old Dog, New Dicks. What do you think this is about, Anney?
Oh, I'm so bad at it. I don't know. I feel like, I didn't read the description, but we did have an image up, and it was Carrie and Big, but I don't know what it means. I mean, maybe they because maybe she goes to an event with Big, and that's the end of
All right. Wow. Wow. Okay. You know, that's just cheating. So that you'd get a 0. No. Your participation grade is like a credit score where you get 200 out of 900. So that's where you're at.
I mean, I'll take it, honestly.
All right. Since we don't know what's happening, let's go ahead and jump into it.
If checking out other women is the biggest problem you're having with him, you're lucky.
Well, if it's that small, he should be able to stop.
Oh, honey,
I think I would be uncomfortable if they were constantly checking out other people.
Oh, yeah. I would be annoyed.
Yeah,
I would become
because then it's like you're always
annoyed.
kind of looking for other options.
I will say...
You can appreciate, be like, oh, this is a pretty beautiful woman as a handsome man.
Yeah.
But
if you're ogling women, which is disrespectful in itself.
Yes, agreed.
Constantly, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know where I told you I was really annoyed with Pedro Pascal not eating in The Last of Us? This is what I love about Sex and the City. They truly eat.
Yeah.
And they eat whenever they get a chance, and I love it. Yeah. They're eating that pretzel and going to town on it, and I want a pretzel now.
We can make that happen.
I want it.
One time I had to do a scene over and over, and I ate cantaloupe.
Oh, no.
I can't not think of cantaloupe and be like, oh,
That's
no
fair.
more.
I get that, but just like, I don't know.
Miranda was going through it for real. She had a new apartment, a new boyfriend, and a new dating schedule that was killing her.
A new boyfriend and a new dating schedule because it is late because he works at a bar.
Oh, that's right.
You know,
That's right.
The different hours. It's a really big thing. It can make or break.
Honestly, yeah. I think things like exhaustion can really get in the way.
Yeah.
Everything feels bigger when you're tired. That's my opinion.
It's true. Everything's a little more annoying. Everything's maybe could be a fight or an argument. And then if you're exhausted, you know, the sexy times don't happen because you want to go to sleep.
Yeah. And then you kind of get in your head about, well, we're not doing the sexy time, or we're not really hanging out. We're just kind of sleeping.
Right.
Or trying to sleep.
I will say, I used to say, this is very platonic, but I would say we know we're close friends if we can nap together.
Yes.
Because we don't need anything.
Yes.
We just can hang and be that comfortable. I know we're close friends. So, you know, that sleeping thing, maybe, I don't know. But when it comes to romance, it's a whole thing.
I think it can work, but like early on, maybe not so much.
No.
But like later, that can be a great, like a little nap time. Yeah.
Who doesn't love a nap time?
If it's consensual, like, let's go take a nap, hell yeah.
Or I'm going to nap here while you do your thing.
Yeah.
Which happens to us a lot. I'm like, y'all do your thing. I'm going to go take a nap.
It does.
That night, in a bed across town, Charlotte was seeing a lot of Mike, a cute but feared restaurant critic famous for his patented 5-whisk rating system.
A cute but feared restaurant critic.
It sounds very New York.
It does, doesn't it?
Charlotte, you are a 5-whisk woman.
Oh, Charlotte's a 5-whisk woman.
5 whisk?
Annie, what whisk am I, would you say?
1,000 whisks.
Thank you.
You're...
Surprise.
It's...
Uncircumcised.
Uncircumcised.
There's a Seinfeld episode about this, too.
Of course there is.
Yep.
This is definitely a problematic episode when it comes to objectifying men here, which doesn't happen enough. I don't want it to happen at all, but let's be honest. This is definitely a turn of the table, and this is what Sex and the City really, the reason it became what it is because it flipped it on its head.
Mm-hmm.
I checked the zoning on this particular table, and I'm pretty sure this table's in a cigar-friendly zone.
Well, I don't mind, but it's for the other patrons.
Oh, you mean if those 5 patrons don't mind, it's okay with you?
Sir, I'm gonna have to...
Just 1 second.
He's smoking a cigar at a restaurant.
Excuse me. This is my last day on Earth.
I hate this when they're like, this is a rule of the restaurant. And they're like, well, never.
Yeah. And the thing about this is he seems charming instead of being an ass and making it a problem for the server and making it a big deal. So right now, he's being a Chad.
Yeah, absolutely. But they're framing it like he's like cool.
Charming.
Yeah.
So this is definitely one of those moments I think they do make Carrie look like a shrew, even though she's in the right.
Right.
Can I come upstairs with you?
Oh, geez. I have to get up really early, and my place is just a mess.
Look, Charlotte.
Charlotte is too distraught
You do?
to do the sexy times because of the uncircumcised dick.
Yeah, jeez. Again, honest communication, I guess, but oof.
Yeah, and I've decided to do something about it. I've been uncomfortable for too long, so I'm getting circumcised.
Oh, no.
This adult man is getting circumcised.
Oh, my.
Oh, my indeed.
But see, then you feel pressured, like,
oh, yeah. Like
to
he
stay with you.
Yeah, forever.
these are, that's also a kind of playing the game of trapping people into relationships like
true.
this.
But of course, Charlotte sees that as a romantic
Right.
gesture.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited to wait.
I only say so judgmentally because I know how this show usually plays out.
Correct.
You want a time frame for cuddling?
Yeah. Like 20 minutes?
Time frame for cuddling. It does get to like, all right, I just need to sleep now, or I need to do something.
This is very something I would do. My Google Calendar does not stop for you, sir.
I have things to do. Thank you.
Yes.
Saturday is my free day, right? I have spinning, and then I get my dry cleaning, and I have my nails done, and I do my grocery shopping for the week.
Yes, Miranda has a whole plan.
Honestly, yeah. It is nice, a surprise like morning where you get to lay in.
Yeah.
But if you got all this planning, then
Yeah. You gotta do things.
Mm-hmm.
You guys should come up with a schedule or something. A sex schedule? Very romantic.
See, I think a sex schedule can be good.
Yeah.
You can deviate from it, but it could be nice to be like, okay, this is the night.
Right.
And you can move from it. Like if you're like, okay, I really don't feel it. Or on the other hand, if you're like, also, I'm feeling it tonight. You can discuss those things, but I don't think it's like a horrible thing.
No, I know a lot of people who have kids, have tight schedules. Like it's just a part of like even dating. You like if you want to go on a date, you have to plan ahead.
Right.
That night, something else changed. Neither of us wanted to make love.
The resentment's building.
It's building.
This was
It's
all I was
building.
ever going to get out of big. Was it enough for me? And then, at 3 a.m., somewhere between sleep and waking, I got my answer.
Oh! He just pushed her out the bed.
You
all right?
Oh.
And there's that punch.
Oh my God!
What the hell was that?
Jeez.
You knocked me out
That's
of
what
bed.
happens when resentment builds.
It's true.
Violence is not okay.
I remember one time this guy told me, like, they always say don't go to bed angry, and I say go to bed angry separately and then talk about it.
Like I had to have cool down moments.
Right.
Or I'm going to say something really mean.
Right.
If you don't
if
let me
you're
cool down.
if tired blows things up.
I still want something to change a little bit. For me.
Well, remember when they got back together, she's telling all of her girlfriends he's changed, he's different, but he's actually not, as we see.
Right.
But a part of that was she was never communicating with him either.
Right. Well, and that's a big conversation a lot too, is like if you enter a relationship where you're like, I'm going to change this person, it's never really going to work. But I mean, she's basically not, she's just telling him, this is what I would like, this is what I need. And he can say yes or no.
Right.
That's kind of different
Definitely
than,
when to shut up.
she's not really telling him to change too much.
No.
The next night,
Literally, don't look at other women while I'm around you, please.
Yeah, it makes me uncomfortable.
Either make a plan where it's convenient and consider it to me.
Right.
Also, not knock you out of bed.
Would be ideal.
Yeah, you know. Just,
Would be ideal.
much later that night, bolstered by coffee, Miranda decided to perform a 2 a.m. seduction.
okay.
2 a.m.
Miranda's trying to be
seduction.
spontaneous, got on a bright negligee, candles lit. Which you don't realize, I don't think I've ever lit candles for sex.
No.
I don't like.
I have someone who does that.
Oh, really?
Not in my, well, it's a friend of mine,
Oh,
but yeah.
wow. Okay. Yeah, that to me is unrealistic, as well as I think eventually something's going to burn down. And also,
Yes.
all of my candles are scented, so that would just give me a headache.
Yeah. Also, she just said she had 5 cups of coffee, and that's a terrible idea. I'm sorry to say.
She's getting the wine, and ruh-roh, he's asleep.
Hey, Get up.
What?
I think you should spend the night at your place tonight.
Why?
Because I'd really like to catch up on my sleep, and I really don't want to worry about having sex with you in the morning and then just lying there and being late.
Oh my.
That's where Carrie doesn't say anything. Miranda says all the things.
I don't want to worry about having sex with you. I had a guy ask me once, when do you prefer sex, morning, afternoon, or night?
Yeah.
I was like, afternoon. I like a solid afternoon sex. Never happens, though.
Oh, yeah. Afternoons are not ideal to me.
Well, I was really talking about masturbating because I don't have much sex.
Yes, I know.
But yeah.
Yes, I know.
Thank you. You're a good friend.
I got that.
I don't think I'm ready for this to be, like a big thing.
All right. We're back. Charlotte and the circumcised dude.
I just feel like I can't be tied down right now. There's a whole new me happening. I feel like I should get out there and share it.
He's got to share his dick.
You want to share your penis?
See, in Seinfeld, it's a nose job.
Oh.
They convince a woman to get a nose job, and then she's like,
I mean, I feel like I owe it to myself to take the doggy out for a walk around the block.
Hey, the doggy out.
That's gross.
Charlotte never saw Mike again. She realized you could take the Shar-Pei out of the penis, but you could never take the dog out of the man.
Old dog, new dick. Old dog, new dick.
Okay.
Getting it?
I'm not
You
sure
get
I
it?
could have guessed
No,
that.
there was no way. All right, Anney. Yeah, you definitely got like -3. I'm just kidding. Because they don't actually even go on an event.
Yeah. I really screwed it up. Screwed the pooch, as they might say.
I know. We needed to warm up. This is the
Thank
warm-up
you.
episode, I
I'm not
guess.
sure
But you still got a 0 for sure. I mean,
right.
I guess maybe I could give you 0.5 because Big was there, even though you saw it in the
Yeah, I
preview
saw the
screen.
screenshot. I will accept this fate. Yes.
But it's quite interesting. I think like every time we talk about anything like this, especially when it comes to Big, because Big seems to be the same stereotypical guy that is always the leading man outside of not being a murder dad or being the sad sack, but the egocentric, big business, big boss dude who really gets more excuses and is seen as the cool guy.
Yeah.
And the fun guy when the girl looks just needy or over the top or nagging.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like, ugh.
Yeah. Yeah. And I do think that was a whole, it still is, but especially at this time, that was a whole thing, was like, this guy treats you terribly. Oh, how romantic.
Right.
Like, how do I keep him?
How do I change him?
Right. Which is so unhealthy.
Yes.
And I will say, we've talked about this in several past episodes. I do think people watching it now would read him as an arrogant.
Right.
Whereas, like, when it first came out, it was very much like, oh, he's so, like, sexy and romantic, and she should be so lucky to stay with him. Which I don't think is the case anymore.
Right. I mean, I will say I think the friends have her back, and most like, this is not a good dude, but we'll support you. And we've talked about that before.
Right.
When, like, the last episode, when you get back into the same relationship, you're like, how did this change? Did it?
Right.
But okay, you do you. We'll still be here for you. I do love Steve and Miranda together. This is the beginning of them and her, like, relaxing a little bit, but him also, showing her loves.
Yeah.
Poor Charlotte just can't find that man.
Yeah. Yeah, she's one of the most interesting in terms of a show where, like, every week there's a new guy-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Like, clearly we've been introduced to Steve and he's going to stick around in Big. But, like, there's a lot of, like, new guys coming in. And she's someone who feels so much like she wants that one guy.
She's
and
trying
is
to
just
find that one.
not finding it, constantly thinking, oh, this guy. And then within the 20 minutes of the episode, oh, it's not that
Never
guy.
mind. Just play it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then Sam didn't actually hook up with the guy this time.
No. She just had to grapple with
The
her
dude being her.
past. Yeah.
The dude being her, which, you know what? He looks good.
Yeah. I think that's pretty flattering. I don't know. It's not like he was making her look bad.
No.
Yeah.
He looked good.
Yeah.
All right, Anney. Well, you did okay. I'll give you that. But yeah, we need to run through another one just to get you into the groove again. But yeah, now we're on episode 10. I'm excited to share that with you, but that one's a little harder, I will tell you. We'll talk about it when it comes around. However, we are still searching for the listener to come on with us. Like we said before, all you really need is headphones, a computer, internet access, and if you have a mic system, that's fantastic. I know a lot of people use the ear... What is that one? The mic
it has the microphone in your
attached
headphones.
To yeah, like that'll work too. You just need to let us know you're interested, and then we'll work around your time because this is our job, and we want you to be with us and enjoy this with us. So if you are interested, please send us an email, send us one of the DMs, let us know.
Yes. And for everyone who already has, your name is down.
Yes.
Promise. And we do want to do it multiple times. So, because everybody, I'm like, I would love to have you on. I don't want to choose. Yes. So, more information to come. But we're closing in on the finale, which is when we're planning on doing it. Slowly but surely.
No, not any. We are so far away.
What episode is it?
We're halfway there.
We're halfway there. Maybe we'll do another one. I don't know. But in the meantime, you can email us at stepmediamomstuff@iheartmedia.com. You can find us on Twitter @momstuffpodcast or on Instagram and TikTok @StepMomNeverToldYou. Thanks as always to our super producer, Christina.
Thank you.
Yes, who makes this all happen. And thanks to you for listening. Stuff I Never Told You is a production of iHeartRadio. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, you can check out the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcast, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.